how to stop your negative thoughts. We all have negative thoughts, and it is super hard to get rid of them. But first of all, why they actually rule our life on an everyday basis. This is a short podcast of Yoga with Paulina and the topic how to stop your negative thoughts. So we all have negative thoughts. It's inevitable. Although you're trying hard, they always come and they never let go. So why is it actually so hard to get rid of them? Let me explain. First of all, we all have them. Even though you might be a very spiritual person, you might be a very knowledgeable person, very a wisdom maker, but you will still have one or another negative thought here and then. They are inevitable. They always come, and they just rule our life on everyday basis. They can really make it very hard. It is because those thoughts very often are delivered from negative beliefs. And we have so many negative beliefs nowadays. They can come from your childhood, very often they come from the childhood, but they can also come from the society. Like right now we have this huge message that we should all be healthy and thin and beautiful, and that causes so much troubles, especially to the young people who want to become perfect, although imperfection is for me perfection. But those negative beliefs can also come from the ancestry line. If your mom or dad or your parents, grandparents, grandparents, they all had those negative thoughts, at one point they will come to you. It's like they are written in your DNA. So I think we all know that we have and we always will have negative thoughts. We cannot control not having them, but you can control how you react, how you approach those thoughts, so they're not ruling your life anymore. So, to start, why those thoughts are so strong, it's because the sensations we get from them are stronger than from positive thoughts. Just look, when you have a negative thought, you feel cold, or you have heat flashes, or you feel like burning sensation in your stomach, you feel a clove or a lump in your throat. So it's a very strong sensation. You feel your heart kind of melting inside, like you want to hide away from the world. It's a very, very strong sensation. Why? Because the hormones, the stress hormones that causes them, adrenaline and cortisol, are very strong hormones. They're supposed to work immediately. Other hormones, melatonin, the estrogen, testosterone, they supposed to work in a very long term. We have the release in a slow pacing, and they're not so strong, but adrenaline, cortisol, they work immediately, and that's why we have this huge flash of some unpleasant sensation immediately. When you think about having a positive thought, just close your eyes and imagine how you feel. Most probably you feel in peace, you feel warm, but not like super hot or super cold. You feel in peace. So it's the balanced state that we all crave for, or rather, this is the balanced state that we all supposed to be. It's not like an up and down. You feel a kind of nice, constant, flowy in your life. And that's why you don't feel that state so hard, so profound, like the negative thought. I think we all can accept that fact. Another thing that comes with negative thoughts is that they can loop. So once you have one negative thought, it can kind of go in circles in your life every day. It comes and goes all the time. And it can also attract other negative thoughts. I think we all know that sentence, whatever that your thought creates your universe, because the more negative thoughts you have, the more they attract each other, and then they create that loop of negative thoughts. Yesterday I heard a song, and one of the one line said, falling like a moth in a flame. And imagine that your body, it's like the bulb, and we all have that inner light within us, the light of love and happiness and gratitude and like everything that we all vibrate with. So when you have one negative thought, it's like a moth that goes into that bulb, and when it attracts more, let's say you have an attraction of hundreds or maybe thousands of negative thoughts at once, what will happen? Well, they will all cover that bulb. They will cover your inner light, and you cannot shine within your day. If you cannot shine, then you're gonna attract even more of those moths, and you're gonna feel heavy and dark. I think it's not the state you wanna live in, no? So that's why it's so important to know how to work with your negative thoughts. And so how to stop them? And I will show you one way that I am using to stop my negative thoughts. If it's not your way, you can find another process, another work to do so. Me, I'm always working with this specific way to help me deal with them, help me stop them. I'm not saying getting rid of them completely, but to stop them, to release them, and to start new. So that is working with a sentence: you are not your thoughts. It's a very strong, and I want you to listen to it again. You are not your thoughts, or you are not your thought. Why so? So if you have a negative thought, very often you kind of go into it. Ooh, sorry for my cat. You become it. It starts to kind of spread into your being. And as an example, I will show you a thought: it is my fault. I think we can all resonate with that. Everyone can have a bad situation in life that triggers that particular thought. Your kids are having bad grades at school, you are quarreling with your partner, your project it's not fulfilling, you're not having enough finances for something. Like, it resonates with so many of people. It also resonates very strongly with me. That's why I give it as an example. So just observe it. It is my fault. Yeah, it's a very strong sensation, no? So if you are that thought, you always feel guilty. You feel guilty for your kids. You feel guilty for quarreling with your loved ones. You feel guilty for your finances, for your household. You feel guilty for everything. And the message that I got from negative thoughts, or actually it's the message from Joe Dispenza, who says that, sorry, my cats are fighting. If you have a negative thought, sorry, I have here, I had somewhere a little help, but I will try to do it without. So if you have a negative thought, that negative thought creates negative emotion. Negative emotion creates negative decisions, or decisions influenced by that negative emotion. And we all know when we react or when we act emotionally, very often we can act in the wrong directions, because our negative emotions can really influence that decision badly. So we have negative decisions. Negative decisions can lead to negative situations, and those negative situations, what? They cause negative thoughts again. So as you see, it's an inner loop, it's a circle that you cannot break, and it's leading your life, your day, on everyday basis. So it's very important to know that you are in that circle and you have strength to actually break it. So I am breaking it like that. Instead of being with that thought and, looping, approaching into more and attracting more negative thoughts, I'm trying to find a space where I can sit down with that one thought. But instead of involving in it, going into it, letting it become your life, your being, I'm starting to observe it. I'm imagining that this thought, it's like an actor on the scene, in the theater, and I'm just an observer. I'm just a spectator. I'm not there. Yeah, it still can create those feelings, emotions, and sensations, but I am not this anymore. I am just observing it. And then by observing the thought like a thing, not like myself, my being, but like a thing, I'm starting to realize that it gives me those sensations, and it can be different sensations. I told you about few of them, like freezing cold, heat, shivers, hot or cold sweat, lump in your throat, coldness in your heart, like an avalanche of additional thoughts. Sorry for my second cat. Avalanche of other thoughts. It can be really everything. Wait. Luna wants to say hi. You cannot be here, Luna. I'm doing a video. So I'm observing that one thought and then realizing sensations that come through it or comes with it, or that it triggers and influences. And by that, when I have those sensations, I try to dig even deeper where those sensations are coming from. What emotions triggers those sensations? What is coming deep within me that creates those sensations? So as you see, it's super deep work. It's a very deep work, but very profound if you start it. And often when you dig even deeper, you see that there are some heavy emotions inside your heart that you've never met, you've never visited. And those comes from your belief system, from your own beliefs. That I said, beliefs that your society gave you, that you had from your childhood and now are triggered with a very simple stuff, or even comes from your ancestry line. And one very huge sentence, that I heard and really opened my eyes a lot was a sentence from one TED Talks, which is, you are not a machine. You are not a machine with broken parts. You are a human being with unmet needs. So those belief system comes from our deepest desires, our deepest needs when we were younger, or when we felt something that wasn't met before, that haven't been met before. It's desire to love and to be loved. It's to accept and to be accepted who you are. It's to have your goals and your dreams, but also to be supported and so you can have strength to fulfill them. And when you realize that, it really opens you to completely new sensations, completely new being, to fully release and let go of that belief, that emotion, and even that sensation. And it can happen through different ways. You can cry, you can shout, you can journal, you can have a feeling that you want to throw something at the wall just to get rid of them. Everyone has their own ways to release them. And sometimes you just have to acknowledge them and let time do the rest. And yet time can really heal it when you acknowledge it, when you deeply feel it. You can process it and let go. So that's my way of doing it. Me personally, I like to do it through meditation and through journaling all together, because it's easier for me to ask a question than meditate, feel it, be with it for a while, write down what sensations, what emotions come out, and to ask another question, and to be with it, to feel it, to release it through whatever way works for you. And yet there are many other ways. You can do it through movement. Yoga helps a lot. Dancing helps a lot. Moving in a repetitive process like swimming, running, even walking in the park can help a lot. Being with other people and sharing it a lot helps a lot. Yeah, processing it through meditation or breath work or hypnosis helps a lot. But you really need to feel it. If you suppress it, if you put it on the side, you will never heal from it. And the most important part is to feel that healing, to process it, and to get one first step out of that loop I was talking about before, so you can go into your better life, into your better self, into your more conscious and into higher state of being. Actually, this is why I do yoga, because yoga means unity with your body, mind, and soul that can help you become better you. So that's my own way to approach negative thoughts. And an important part is always to observe them and always remember that you are not your thoughts. You are just observer of your thoughts. And the more you observe, the more you're conscious, the more you acknowledge, and the more you can heal. So this is what works for me, and I hope this process can help you get rid of your negative thoughts in the biggest and most profound way possible. If you like this video, please consider to like it, share it with your friends or family members who really need that message in life, that it is possible to get rid of your thoughts, of your negative thoughts, to stop them ruling your life. And please subscribe the channel, and because I'm gonna share with you with my own ways to be better person, my own ways to do the emotional healing, and also through yoga, meditation, and other stuff. See you next week, and goodbye.